What's up, y'all? It's Truth Tiger, and today I'm going to talk about how narcissists love bomb you and future fake you, and I'm going to discuss how this works today. And one of the main parts of future faking and of love bombing is the narcissist idealizing themselves. They will idealize you as well in the love bombing phase. And then once the love bombing phase is over, they will discard you and they will start to treat you like trash. So that's the love bombing. But once you get over to the actual future that you have, they're going to also idealize that as well and act like that's this going to be this big, great, amazing thing. But firstly, they idealize themselves and they try to make themselves look like they are this big, great, awesome, amazing person. They're the best catch. They're so awesome, you know. If it's a romantic partner, it's like, oh man, they're really the best one for me. You know, this person is so interesting, is so handsome, she's so cute, she's so whatever, you know. They really try to make themselves seem like they are all that and a bag of chips. And they will lie about things about themselves. I had a narcissist lie to me about having a PhD. He did not have a PhD. He was lying to me to try to make himself seem like a more, authoritative, more valuable, more interesting kind of person. They try to make themselves seem more valuable than they really are. And this runs the gambit. You know, they will try to make themselves seem like they are cooler than they are, they're more interesting than they are. They will try to affiliate themselves to things that they are not actually affiliated to try to get you to like them. They will, and I find this especially with female narcissists, they will all of a sudden like the same things you like, agree with the same things you like. So, oh, you love UFC fights and power tools too? Really? You know, who knew? But, or whatever it is, they will pretend to be really, really into the things you're into. I've had male narcissists do the same thing too, actually, so, I've had guys do it to me too, where, oh, bro, you like that? I like that too now, and they start to do this mirroring kind of thing, and the whole thing is just very, very strange. And they will try to sort of really make themselves seem cool, because I remember I was talking to a guy who was a narcissist. Like, this guy was really dumb though, and was just really unself-aware, and this guy was really just way, way out to lunch. Sorry. And I remember he would he started talking about, he was a guy from LA, and he started to talk about how he had a luxury rental car service. And I'm in my early 20s, we're all in our early 20s, and I'm kind of thinking like, I don't know how he would have a business like that this young in life, and we're just kind of, hanging out and doing stupid stuff. And I'm like, man, if this guy was this big businessman, he wouldn't be hanging out at the park with us, doing whatever we're doing. Like, he wouldn't be doing that. He would be kind of on his business. So I'm like, this is obviously a big, weird lie. And then later he asked my other friend to borrow $20. And I'm like, so I mean, me and my other friends all deliberated and we're like, this dude is just making stuff up. And the next thing he does, we're hanging out randomly. It's at night. We're chilling. We're smoking, whatever. And he all of a sudden goes, Serenos, man. And I'm like looking around at my other. We all look at each other like, what is this dude talking? He's a little dude, little redheaded dude, not a tough guy at all. Nobody thought this guy was tough or was anything. And for reference, I mean, a Sereno is like a Mexican gangster who is from LA or Southern California or something to that effect. And it was extremely obvious that this guy was not associated with that. I don't know if he thought we would think he was cool if he pretended to be associated with that, but it was just one of those things. We're all just like looking around, like, is this dude serious? What's going on? You know? And the bad news is, though, is that most narcissists are more slick than that. Most of them are not going to just like do this outright ridiculousness like the guy I was dealing with before. He had a master's degree and kind of whatever messed up his career and messed up his prospects and whatever, self-sabotage, do the stuff narcissists do, and got pushed out of the PhD program, but still was in the program and that type of stuff and lied about completing it. Like, some of them are like more smart and are just going to kind of exaggerate things that they do and are not going to just like completely make up weird, crazy, out of the blue stuff. They will pretend to know things that they don't maybe know so much about. They will pretend to be smarter than they really are. And they're just going to kind of have this thing about them where they really want to really make you think that they're cool, that they're smart, that they're interesting, that they're authoritative, that they know what's going on, that they're someone who kind of knows what's up, and they're someone that you can get ahead with in life and you can navigate with. And they really try to make themselves seem very cool and very nice and very interesting when they're completely the opposite. They are completely the opposite. Then they will start to idealize you as well. They will start to give you compliments. They will start to sort of say, hey, man, you're so smart. You got all this stuff figured out. You and me could really have a lot of potential together. They'll start to try to, maybe if it's in a dating sense, to say that you're just different from these other girls, or you're just different from these other guys, or, you'll start to hear things like that. They'll say, everybody else is just screwing around and messing around, and you've really got stuff going on, and you're really doing this, and you're really doing that, and, they will start to really idealize you and kind of become addicted to you and really need your attention and really like, it's very weird, it's very confusing, it's very strange, but they're going to really start to pump you up, and they're going to really start to give you a lot of compliments. And if they can find like a compliment or something to say that will really make you gush, they'll really make you really be like, oh, wow, thank you. If they can really find something to hit upon, they will do it. And it's a lot like, you're going to the car lot to buy a car, and the car salesman calls, oh, look at you, bro. Oh, dude, you're so cool. You're so this, you're so that. Bro, if you drove away in this Camaro SS, man, if you drove away today in this, bro, the girls would be like, whoa, and like everybody would be like, dude, like you look in that car, like you in that car is just so cool. Like they'll do some dumb stuff like that. And like when you're on the car lot, you kind of know what's happening. You're going to be greased up and buttered up and all that. But in other areas of life, when you are not expecting to be greased up, you're not expecting to be buttered up, you're on a date with someone, they seem normal. They're giving you some compliments. Maybe I really found the one, You got some coworker, and they're like, oh, we're going to be bros, we're going to be whatever, or, oh, you're going to be in the sisterhood, and we're going to be best friends forever, or whatever, I don't know, they're doing that stuff. This guy seems cool, I guess, she seems cool, I guess, it's like, yeah, they seem cool, this person's really interesting, they're really fun, they seem to really like me, cool, it seems cool because you're kind of missing the context that these people are trying to use you and manipulate and get things out of you and just be on some negativity, be on some negativity, but they will really try to sell you on that and sell you on the fact that, that you're this cool guy, or, or you're such a beautiful girl, or you're so different, or you're so whatever. And they're going to try to not like give you some cheesy compliment. They're going to really try to like hit you with some, oh, you're so like nuanced and creative in the way you do things. They're going to really try to find something deep, or, oh, really? I'm glad you noticed that, but it's not for real, and they're sucking up to you, and, it is what it is, and they're trying to just get your attention, and it's a whole weird game. It's a whole weird shebang. And then they put this together. I'm cool. you're cool. We're going to get together and we're going to have some big, cool future. Wow, and that's what they sell you on. Then they'll, we could get married and we could have a family and I could really envision myself falling in love with you. And you just really, you got me so weak at the knees and I'm falling so hard for you. Or, oh man, dude, we're gonna hang out, dude, we're gonna like run stuff, man. We're gonna be chilling every weekend. Bro, we're gonna be making some business together. Dude, we're gonna be hustling together. Dude, you and me together we're gonna be running this. We're gonna be making this. Yeah, they're gonna sell you some like version of that. And there's some big future plan and you and them are gonna like ride off together in the sunset together or whatever, and it ain't gonna happen, and the whole thing is held together by freaking rubber bands and paper clips and duct tape, and it's a huge ridiculous kind of thing. And you'll start to see the holes that they poke in this, when you start to kind of hang around them. They're saying that they know they know certain people and they have certain connections, and then you sort of see these connections, and the connections they claim to have are like, we don't really know that guy. I only met that dude once. I got problems with him, or whatever it is, or just they'll claim this and that, or maybe it's some girl. Oh, I'm gonna cook you some food all the time, and it's gonna be this and it's gonna be that. But then when you actually get in the relationship, in the situation, it's a rug pull. They pull the rug out from under you, and it's just some completely different situation. And a lot of people call this the discard, but I call it a rug pull just because it's like, it's a scam. They duped you, and a little while later, all of a sudden it's some drama, it's some ridiculousness. All of a sudden you're in the relationship with them, and they're all, why did you leave the peanut butter out on the wrong shelf, or why did you put the silverware here, or my buddy Adam Beast, he commented on one of my videos, and he said that he had that he was living with his longtime girlfriend, turned out to be a narc, and she had homemade soap, and he had to wash the dishes just so with the homemade soap in a certain way, and he goes and buys a bottle of dish soap from the grocery store, and she's freaking out on him, and all of a sudden they have all these weird rules they want you to follow, and these weird frameworks they want you to go in, and you can't even have any discussions with them. They freak out, and they're trying to control everything you do, and all of a sudden you're just in narcissistic mayhem, and you're like, what the hell happened? I thought I had a great relationship. I thought I had a great friendship. I thought I had a great family. I thought I had a good community. I thought this was cool. I thought this person was cool. I thought these people were cool. I thought this was a cool situation. What the heck happened? How did this happen? What's going on, And they switch it up, man. They really switch it up big time on you, And it's not all fun and games. And it's like the car lot I talk about. Now you got some expensive monthly payment. Now you're paying freaking, I don't know, now you're paying $1,000 a month for this car, for a car payment, and now you got to pay $200 a month for your insurance, and now this, and now that, and all of a sudden it's not fun and games anymore, and you're like, man, this is bankrupting me, I got to get rid of this, They sold me a lie, and it's the same thing with a narcissist, except it's probably worse. With the car, at least you got a car to drive around in and do stuff in and whatever. I mean, a car is still a car, at least you have something that has utility. With the narcissist, it's like, that relationship is not worthwhile. It's like being conned by an actual con man where like you give them your money and you get nothing back. That's what it's like. It's like having Bernie Madoff or Sam Bankman-Fried, or I don't know, having one of these people. There's so many people out there conning and scheming and scamming, but it's like dealing with a con man, and you put all your money in and then you don't have anything back. It's like that Wolf of Wall Street guy, Jordan Belfort or whatever. He's getting on the phone, talking to people and being so slick and so fun and so cool. But then before you know it, he steals all these people. He steals the money from these people. It's the same thing. They steal from us emotionally, mentally, They break us down with all these arguments and all this nasty stuff. And, they steal from us by trying to like make us into their punching bag, or making us into their therapist, or making us into, I don't even know, just being at their total worst and expecting us to, be around all that drama and that toxicity, and expecting us to just kind of like, just carry that emotional weight. and it's so awful to be around them. It's so awful to be in these situations. All the arguments and the drama and all the trying to boss you around and gaslight you and manipulate you, it sucks the soul out of you. It's horrible. It's like being in prison. I mean, these people are evil. They're vampires. They're demons. They're nasty, So you don't want to get bamboozled or scammed or conned or whatever. You don't, And I can tell another story about another narcissist guy I knew, and this guy was actually super charming. Most narcissists are losers and are not really charming and are very stupid on their game. This guy actually was very charming and stuff. And I remember I went to a party he invited me to, and I go there and he slaps my hand and greets me. Yo, man, you're my best friend. We're homies from whatever. We're so tight, bro. We're boom, boom. He's doing all that stuff. And I remember thinking, man, I only know this guy a couple months. This is quick. And then I kind of go off to the side and just kind of observe. And some other dude comes in and he's like, yo, homie, you're my best friend. Yo, dude, dog, homeboy, whatever. He's doing all that. And I'm like, okay, this mofo fake. This mofo very, very fake. And he was acting like he knew all these people from back in the day and stuff. But I asked a lot of them and they're like, no, I just saw this dude at the park and he just came up to me and was super charming and chatted me up. Or, no, I was at the store and I saw this dude. I was at the bar and I saw, it's like, oh, you all just met this dude a few weeks later. You all just met this dude in the past few weeks or months too. This dude's lying to everybody just for no reason. It doesn't need to be, he didn't need to act like we knew each other from back in the day, or I don't know why he was doing that, It didn't make sense, but whatever, there's some schemes and scams and cons and, just that's what it is with this love bombing and this future faking. It's a scheme, it's a scam, it's a con, Jordan Belfort's getting on the phone, talking to people about the investment. Oh, you're going to double your money. You're going to this, you're going to that. You're going to be rich. It's going to be amazing. Blah, 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 blah. You're this really savvy investor. I know you're sharp. I know you're this. I know you're that. I know you got it, Then they do all this stuff to make you confident in them, and then to try to make you very confident in yourself to where you're like, I'll do it, Whereas if you're very confident in them, but you're not confident in yourself, you're like, I don't know, maybe I'm not good enough for them or whatever. And narcissists will use that dynamic later on. And, I've talked about that dynamic of getting people in an approval loop. That's a different dynamic, but they want you to feel confident too. So you're like, yeah, I feel confident. And then they'll knock your confidence down to try to get them up here and you down there, And that's what they're trying to do. That's what the majority of them are trying to do. They're trying to get a situation where it's they're in charge and you follow them. They're trying to really get a dynamic like that. But at the same time, they're trying to get you to be their parent or their caretaker, and they're trying to be a little bratty child. It's very confusing. It's very mind-boggling, but they're just trying to extract from you. They're just trying to suck you dry, So that's really the basic gist of how narcissists will future fake and love bomb you. That really is the gist of it. They make themselves seem so big and so special and so awesome. I'm this golden god narcissist, whatever. I don't know if you ever watch It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, but there's a character, Dennis Reynolds, and he has a pretty comic portrayal of a narcissist kind of guy, and he'll yell, I'm the golden god, and obviously they won't be that about it, but there is a part of them that they try to kind of hide or whatever. I don't know, but they are trying to really do that, and then they start to sort of say, oh, you're great, you're cool, you're this, you're that, to try to make you to like them. And a lot of times it works, unfortunately. They pump you up, they grease you up, they gas you up. And then they grease up and gas up this whole new future you're going to have together, this new life and whatever, these things you're going to do together. And it's all BS. That future is going to be smashed. It's not going to be there. They're going to smash down your self-esteem, and they're up here just causing problems, and you're down here just oh my God, I got to just freaking bomb, I got to freaking get out of this situation and crush that narc. And cut them out of my life and not deal with this. Or they're just will decide they're here and they're whatever. They get bored of toying around with you. They're bored of playing with you. Then they reject you, and it's like, man, I was talking to this really cute girl, and then all of a sudden she unmatches me. She doesn't take my texts anymore. What the heck, I was talking to this awesome guy, and then all of a sudden we have one date, and he's telling me about how we're gonna be together, and he just sleeps with me one date and then just never calls me back. What the heck? What's going on? They do all this stuff and they pull the rug out from under you. It's what they do, and there's so many different examples of this, but that I don't talk about the discard as much, but they will sometimes decide if they're like, well, they'll just decide to move on to a different target, or I don't know. These people are very weird. They're very impulsive. So there is a discard sometimes, and you're like, well, all right, now this person is breaking up with me out of the blue. Now this person's doing this out of the blue. Now this person is not my friend anymore. Out of the blue, they're not answering my texts anymore. And I thought we were cool, and they're telling me we're cool, but it's something else now, so it's tough. It's tough. It really is tough. But, if we have knowledge and if we have awareness and if we know what's going on with this stuff, we are a lot better off and we can deal with it a lot better. So, yeah, thank you everybody for watching. God bless you all. I appreciate you all so much. Much love to everybody. And yeah, Truth Tiger is out.